everybody, and welcome to another Flower Club video, Flowers by Catherine. Today we are going to be making a spring jug arrangement. So I've got this lovely nice sort of mustardy colour jug here, and you've all got your bunches of flowers. So I'll run through what we've all got, and then we'll get making. So you've got these gorgeous tulips, a lovely kind of creamy yellow colour with a slight sort of purpley hint to them. They're double tulips, so when they open they'll be lovely and frilly. So we've got some of these. I have done a separate video on top tips for caring for your tulips, so if you want some top tips, then take a look at that one. But essentially it's just bear in mind that tulips will continue to grow in water, so you may need to trim them down if they kind of start coming up above the rest of your flower level. We've got some lovely Alstroemeria. So this variety is Charmelia, and it's actually called Bridesmaid, but it's got that lovely pink tinge to it. So nice sort of soft pastel colours that we start to see towards spring. And I'm just stripping the leaves. Anything that will fall below the water line, just run your hand down and strip the leaves off. So we've got some of those. Also got some Solidago. So this hasn't come out fully yet, but it's a lovely bright yellow, so it really kind of brings that spring feel to arrangements. Again, you have sort of side stems here, so if you are making your arrangement in bud vases, for example, you've got lots of separate stems here if you're doing a tablescape or something along those lines. But I'm going to keep mine nice and full to go in this particular arrangement. Got a few of those. Again, I'm just stripping the leaves that will go below the waterline. We've got some lovely pale lilac Veronicas. So these are called June lilac, and they just add some more colour and texture to arrangement. You've got these little side buds as well. We can't have a spring arrangement without some narcissi, can we? And these smell absolutely divine. They're really, really lovely. So again, a nice little splash of spring yellow colour there. And we have some limonium. So this is purple limonium. This can be dried afterwards if you want to use it sort of in a little sort of table vase or wreaths, those sort of things. They lend themselves very nicely to that. But again, I'm just going to keep mine full as it is for now, because I'm probably going to go, give this arrangement a little bit more height. So I'm not going to strip any of the lower stems off just now. And foliage wise, we have some lovely hard ruscas here. So I've gone with that because that sort of nice dark glossy green really sets off if you've got whatever colours you've got against it. It's kind of a real nice background, so we're going for a nice bright sunshiny type arrangement. These are a really good foliage to use. So I'm going to do these as a hand tie. I'm probably going to put my tulips in at the end so that they fall around the outside. So I'm going to pop my tulips to one side, and I'm going to start off not particularly structured in terms of working sort of in threes as we often do with hand tied bouquets. I'm going to make it quite random, and I think then you kind of get a bit more of a natural feel. But obviously you can do whatever suits you for yours. I'm going to pop a bit of foliage in. So again, we start with our centre, and we place our fingers where our tying point would be if we were making, say, for example, an aquapat bouquet. But for this, our tying point really is the kind of the level of our, the top of our vase or container that we're using. So I've got my nice straight centre. I'm going to start with an Alstroe. So again, you lay that across at a diagonal. So if you imagine time-wise, we're looking at 10 to 4. And then we turn slightly, so the stem that we've just put in is then level with our nose. and that will get your position correct for placing your next stem. So I'm going to go with the nice bright yellow Solidago next. So place that across and a slight turn round. So you're 10 to 4 if you like, and then turn to midnight. I'm going to go with another Austro. So again, I'm not kind of doing, you know, Austro, 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 then another 3 of something else. I'm keeping it quite random, quite natural looking. I'm going to go with a Ruscus now. And I'm going to start to bring in a pop of colour here. So I'm going to pop in one of our Narcissi and a Veronica. So exactly the same process in terms of laying it diagonally across and then turning around half a turn. So we'll put another Austro, I think, and some more Limonium. So I am taking off a few of these lower stems. I think I'm going to place that on there. And another Narcissi. I think another Solidago can go in there. So these ones are in bud, so they will open quite soon. So there's a mix in there of some that are open and some that will be opening soon. And I'm varying the height, so you'll see I've got a Veronica here. The next one I'm going to place slightly lower. It just draws the eye through if you've got a bit more variation on heights going through an arrangement. And I'm going to pop my other Solidago in here, and you'll notice it's got a slight curve to it, so use that curve to kind of point outwards. So it's good to kind of work with the natural direction that your stems fall into. Oops, nearly knocked the whole lot on the floor there. Another Narcissi, nice little pop of colour, and I think another. And it's good to sort of have a look, see, you know, you'll naturally see if there are any little gaps or anything, or if you're making a hand-tied bouquet, you can look in a mirror and do it as well. That's also a good technique. And you'll see as we're doing our hand tie, your bottom stems will start spiralling out. So now I'm going to add in my tulips. I'm going to sit them slightly lower than the rest of the flowers because they will continue to grow in water. So in the next sort of 2 or 3 days, they'll probably be up to the height of the rest of the arrangement. So again, I'm putting them on the outside, so if I do need to pull them just to trim them a little bit, it's nice and easy. It doesn't disturb the rest of the arrangement. So I've got my tying point here, which is essentially the height of my container. So I'm just going to cut the stems. There's my bin card over there. And again, as always, do cut your stems at a nice sharp 45-degree angle, so that, you know, the water can get up the stems nice and easily. And what you may see with your Narcissi is that they may have a little bit of sap that's coming out of the bottom of them. So I tend to just literally run that underwater. And that basically reseals the bottom of the stem. So I think we're ready to pop those in to the jug. There we go. And then just give them a little bit of a pull round at the sides, just to adjust the heights, just so that it looks a bit more flowing and a bit more natural. So you'll see. And I think there's just something lovely about having spring flowers in a jug. I don't know quite what it is, but I just think they just look very, very nice, very natural. And you can just tweak, you know, if you want to pull some of your bits up or down, if you want to add some more tulips through it, if you've got some tulips, then, you know, you can tweak it as you see fit. So there we go. There we have our hand-tied spring arrangement in a jug. So I hope you found that useful, and do share any photos that you've got of any arrangements that you've made, or if you've got any comments or questions, please comment below. Okay, thanks very much. Take care. See you next time.